Hello guys, so I'm here to take you through something very basic when it comes to the use of the computer system. And one of the things I'm going to teach you today is how you can locate files and folders on your PC, how you can tell exactly where your file and folders are located. And that is the essence of this short lecture. So before you can access your files and folders on your computer system, you need to know exactly where all the files are being stored. And we learned about the hard disk, all right? So the hard disk is where every single file and folder is being stored or created. Now the question is, how can you locate your hard disk? The way to locate your hard disk is to go to your start menu, right? You go to your start menu by clicking on the start menu here and then locating the file explorer. Okay, you can see the name File Explorer. It helps you to explore the files and folders. If you don't have it here, you can search for File Explorer. You can see it up here showing up. All right. So this is the second option. The third option is to look down on the ribbon. To look down on the status bar here, you can find it down here, right? So that's the third way you can locate your File Explorer. So I'm going to click on the File Explorer here, and then it's going to open up for us. I'm using my personal computer to teach you, so you're going to see a lot of files that actually belong to me. Now, when you look at the screen, we have the left pane here, which is your navigation pane. This is where all your directories can be found or located. On the right side here, we have the main pane, and this is where you find all content of folders that have been selected over here on the left. So if I click on music, you realize that we have a lot of music files created here. If I click on documents, you'd see a lot of documents being created over here inside the document folder. Now, the top here is where we have the menu bar. The menu bar is where you are able to sort, and you can even click on view to change the view of the way all these things here are looking. So if I click on the view and I choose extra large icons, you see the icons become very huge. When I click again and select large icons, it gets smaller. What we had initially was the details option. So when I click on details, you realize that we have more details regarding each folder and then each file. All right. So Adobe here has date modified column. We have the type column and the size column. So any file that has a particular size, the size appears under the size column over here. Now, when you click on the view as well, we have the details pane. When you turn on the details pane, it gives you the right side here where you are able to get more details about a particular file or folder. For instance, when I click on folder.com, it tells me the type of file it is. This is a folder, its location is here, and then the date it was modified was 17th of May 2025. You can click on properties here, and this gives you more properties or information about your particular folder or file. If I click on AAA here, it tells me that the type of file I have here is an Adobe Acrobat document. That is a PDF file, and it shows me the directory, the file location as well. And then I can click on properties here as well to get to know more about this particular file. You can see it was created on the 21st of January 2026 at 4:26 p.m. Modified same 21st January at 4:40 and 29 seconds p.m. and it was accessed at the same time 4:40. All right, so that is it for you. Then we have the address bar at the top here, and the address bar tells you exactly where you are on your PC. So if I scroll down here and click on, let's say, Drive C, and I double click on, let's say, Adobe, you can see the file directions or the file path trails being created here for me. All right, this PC to Windows Drive C, then I enter a folder called Adobe. If I double click on this folder here, then I've entered this as well. You can always click in here and then right click and copy the file path and use for any other purpose for which you intend to use it. All right. So this is basically how the File Explorer works. You can access it and locate files and folders and their properties as well on your computer system. Now, part two of this lecture is how do you locate your main drive on your computer system, all right? Everything that we are seeing on the left side here is actually on your main drive. No matter where it is created, it's still on the main drive, all right? You can just create logical locations or positions where you are putting these folders and files, but then everything is residing on the main hard drive. Now, if you look at the left pane here or the navigation pane, you see that there are some small arrows beside all these folders you are seeing here, which means these things can collapse and contrast, right? So if I click on the local disk C, you can see everything has just collapsed. Yeah. So if you want to get to your main drive on your computer system, the first thing to do is to locate this particular icon here, this PC. This PC. From Windows 10 users, you may see my computer or something, but then this PC is what I'm having here in Windows 11. When you click on this PC, it will display all your available drives for you. This is my first drive, Windows Disk C, and then this is my second drive, local disk C. This is my primary drive, and this one here is a secondary drive, which is a USB or a hard disk connected via USB. This one here has the Windows icon attached to the hard disk icon because my Windows 11 is actually installed onto this particular drive. If the Windows 11 was installed on this drive, you would have seen the Windows icon actually over here. There are circumstances or situations where a particular drive could be partitioned, which means out of the 475 gigabytes of hard disk that I have here, I could choose to split this into 2 or 3 parts, where I may reserve 100 gig for system files and then the rest 300 gig for files and folders for security reasons. But I have only one of my drives here, which is drive C, which is not partitioned. My local disk C is here. If I plug out my external hard drive, the local disk D would have disappeared. All right. But then every single drive you click on, you realize that the name is assigned to this particular drive. And because I have my um what's the name of this part, we have the details pane opened. You can see when I click on it, it gives me some details about this particular drive. If I click on this one too, it tells me this is a local disk. It's not a USB, but local disk is 81% used, almost full. Free space is 89 gig. Total space is 475 gigabyte, and the file system is NTFS. We also have the FAT32 system, but my hard disk is in the NTFS file type. So you can check your PC and then also get to find out um, what you have as your file system. So a quick review, when you click on view, you can turn on and off the navigation pane, the details pane, right? Once details pane goes away, you would not be preview pane, so the preview pane is gone, okay? No preview. When I click on details pane, you can see the details come up now, and I can look at the details of the files and folders I've clicked on. Now, once you locate your drive C and drive D, you can always double click on it to open it up, and then you can see folders and files here. You can choose to start storing files in here directly, or you can choose to create your own folder structures that would enable you to be able to navigate through your files and folders to your liking and to your taste. Okay, now your computer has a personal folder that's created for you, which has most of the shortcuts that you're looking for. If you look at the left side here, the first section here is more of your quick access toolbar. Okay, quick access toolbar, and these are where you find some default folders created for you. The icons have been changed. That is why you can see a picture here as gallery. You can see desktop here. You can see documents and pictures. When you move down here, you can see some bit more of it. We have downloads, documents, music, pictures here as well, desktop and videos. I have installed OneDrive. OneDrive is an online directory where you can save files, and that has been installed on my PC. So that in itself has created desktop documents and pictures for me. So anything that I put in these 3 folders will synchronize to the cloud, and I can access that from any computer system or any phone that I have connected to the same OneDrive account. But if I want to access the document, download music and pictures, videos, desktop from my local disk C itself, then I have to use this aspect over here. All right, so downloads, documents, music, and so on and so forth are all here for me. All the folders you see beneath these are all folders that I have created myself and pinned. You can see the pin icon beside it over here, which means that I pinned this here myself. If I right click on VAAC, for instance, I can unpin this from here. Okay, you can see unpin from quick access. here, once I click on it, you realize that VAAC has disappeared from here. So if I should go through my folders, let's say my learning, my codes, and I have here browser, you could right click on browser here and then pin to quick access. And once you do that, you see that browser would be appended or added to your quick access toolbar. Let's go through it quickly and look for browser. You can see browser here. That's the last pin item over here. All right, so the browser folder has been pinned. If I want to remove this from here, you just right click on it again. With the options appearing on your screen, you unpin from quick access, and then the browser folder will disappear from here. Now 1 2 3 4 here don't have the pin icon attached to it here, which means that these are my most recent folders I've accessed. I've opened them probably several times or created them recently. So they show up over here as a way of helping you to quickly access your most recent folders. But if you want it to remain over here, then you must right click on it and then be able to pin it to your quick access toolbar, all right, over here. So in your subsequent videos, you're going to learn how to now create folders and be able to access these folders on your computer system. And this is very basic, and you should be able to do this to have a very clear and deep understanding of your computer system. So I'll see you in the next recording and in the next video, and hope to have you gain a lot of experience and skills from this tutorial. Then bye for now. See you.